Hey everybody, welcome back. I got nothing to do. Let's play some Isaac. That's pretty much where we're at right now. Though my disciples, do not let yourself get addicted to the taste of water. Okay, just enjoy a little gulp here and there when you get a chance. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Had a good stream today. All web browser based stuff. Played some Sporkle. Did some React Court. We laughed. We loved. Did we live? Well, I don't know. That's really up to the audience to decide. But I had a good time. Yeah. I have to say, sorry to hit you with another dad anecdote, but for only the second time ever last night, had the dreaded 11 p.m. baby wake up for Daddy, I threw up, but we got through it together. We stripped the sheets. We changed the pajamas. I'm still trying to scrub the smell of half-digested marinara out of the room, but that's okay. What do you got for me? Ghost bombs. What do you got for me? You got an opportunity to blow this up. That's what you got. I think ghost bombs are good, right? Butt penny? What the heck? We pick up coins, you fart? Is that the joke? Is that the punchline? Is that was so humorous? Wait, did it also say 20% extra chance of coins from poops? Because if so, I mean, it's one of those things that I think if you told people that it had that as one of its abilities, they would spend hundreds of hours arguing over it. Like, that's actually pretty good. 20% seems like a small number, but actually it's like a really high. And then you realize that over the course of the average run, that probably earns you like 3 cents. So we're having a lot of conversations. We're burning a lot of bridges. We're breaking a lot of friendships over something that's fairly unlikely to have a huge difference in overall impact. But you know what? That's 3 cents I wouldn't have otherwise had, I suppose. Now we got a lover's card. It's always an interesting thing, this lover's card, when you got a self-sacrifice room on the same floor. I would have thought that would have been a secret room, but that's okay. What do you got for me? You got the opportunity to blow up that so we can go... And I've used my last key. Never mind. A golden bomb! How about that? Kimi? Using an active item re-rolls it? No thanks. I'll take the crab juice. Okay, we got no excuse to not go for the secret room. I just figured we would check that one again. Unlimited golden bombs. I mean, we're really only going to get to use it for one boss, but still seems nice. Left hand, too. How do I feel about the left hand? I feel like I like it more than butt penny, but we got a very limited amount of keys. So here's the thing. What's the best option? The best option is opening the golden chest, hoping it has an item, because 2 keys is not likely to open a golden chest. The thing I'm actually going to do is try to open this big chest. Because if it worked, it would be Pog City. When you're not playing the game every day, you get a chance to take some risks. What can I say? Okay, now this is mostly just annoying. It's just you're being a little annoying. Emperor card. I think we should let's do our whole unlimited bombs thing first. Let's check this. No thanks. Probably drop one of these down real quick. Probably follow it up with one of these real quick. This is really nice, actually. This floor really came together. I don't even care if the bomb hits you. The ghosts are gonna get you. That was enormous. Maybe the best bomb I've ever placed. The finest bomb I've ever known. We'll talk about these I was gonna say coins, but wait a minute. Why does Mom's coin purse have pills in it? Most oblivious man of all time. Shouldn't it have coins in it? Ding! That's just having a laugh. Just having a laugh here today. You know what? We should blow up all these with ghost bombs. No doubt about it. Ooh, baby. You're making me crazy. Every time I look around, I'm not asking for much. Just the quarter, just the best item you could possibly get as a payout here. Okay, that's fine. I'll never forget the betrayal, but that's fine. I don't hold a grudge. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Let's see. Okay, let's give it a chance here. One of these. Thank you so much. One of these. Thanks again. I'll take one of those real quick. Then how about you hit me with one of these? 50% chance for a random chest. Look at that. The heck is this? Clearing a room spawns a dip. All dip poop enemies are friendly. It's something. It's not nothing. Now let me see. Do I have to use a key to access this heart? I do. But I could get it if I need to. I don't know how far away we are from greatness, I guess. That's my thing right now. I'd rather not leave on 0 HP, but I do really want the chance to get the payout if possible. Swallowed Penny is insane. Like, I'm happy to hold that. I feel blessed. 33% chance for an angel teleporter. Wow. It's pretty good luck. How about you give me one of these real quick? With golden bombs, I see no reason not to do this. So we already got the rosary. It's a nice tiers upgrade. We might as well just go off, man. Like, the ghosts are going to do some damage. The bombs are going to do some damage. Don't really have too much to worry about here. Possibly the greatest golden bomb I've ever gotten in my entire life. Unless we get a battery charge. 48-hour energy. Speed up. Still really good. But we'll take this. We'll take this. Now, what is 67% chance for a soul heart, 33% chance for an item? I'll take it. 7 troll bombs, we leave, and then this is the big payout, right? This is the oh! We got a nickel out of it, at least. This is the one no, this one spawns Uriel. Look at this angel. Isn't it neat? I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna do this, and we are coin rich, okay? And I think that was the right way to handle it. We have a staggering amount of money, one of the finest fiduciary minds the world has ever known. On 0 HP, this is where you tap out most of the time. I mean, not just because you're on 0 HP, but just because that's the payout you usually tap out on. It's diminishing returns. We might as well try these.
48-hour energy.
Would have been nice to leave some pedestals, I guess, but... amazing. Now we don't have to take the other ones. I'm going to do it anyway. They're all good. This has been insane luck. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much for your support. I'll be leaving now. With 68 cents in my pocket, a nice tiers upgrade, like, just really more than we deserve, I think. But I'm happy to have it. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to use all your bombs. Also, like, ghost bombs have done well for us as well, even ignoring the golden bomb aspect of it. Like, look at that. Forget the deal with the angel, or the deal with the devil. I know you're going to say you've taken a lot of deals with the angel lately. Wrong. I've only played 2 Isaac episodes. Very limited amount of deals with the angel lately. Like, in terms of quantity, in terms of proportion, maybe I've had a few, but in terms of the actual quantity, it has not been. It's been one of the smallest numbers you could possibly muster. One of the smallest integers, at least. Okay, one of the smallest unsigned integers. You know, if you want to get technical with your data types. But yeah, everything's like pretty normal over here. That's about it. I mean, don't really have anything else to say, quite frankly. It's just a normal guy doing normal guy stuff. What did I have for dinner last night? I had a delicious Korean soup called gamjatang. They call it a potato soup. Like, gamja is Korean for potato. But it's really, and I gotta say, it's one of my favorite soups in the world. Like, I would put it up against pho. I'd put it up against chicken noodle. I'd put it up against a mulligatawny or a chili or a borscht. I would put it up against a ramen, with or without the noodles, for that matter. I do love a gamjatang. The Korean cuisine, they're doing great stuff with soups. I know that when you think of Korean cuisine, most people, and not wrongly so, but most people tend to think of, like, Korean barbecue. It's delicious. It slaps. Kind of rough if you're a vegetarian, I assume. I mean, I guess you could maybe do, like, Korean barbecue tofu edition, but it's not common. I don't know if tofu's really meant to be cooked on a hot grill like that in the center of a table. You could have, you know, your side dishes. You could have your banchans and stuff like that. You could always have a naengmyeon, I suppose. But the other thing that people always think of is, well, I guess second would be like bibimbap, and third would be a corn dog with French fries wrapped around it, right? Like or a hot dog with French fries wrapped around it, masquerading as a corn dog. God, I should have just taken what we had, man. I'm not going to the curse room. I'd rather keep my HP. Let's just head to the next floor. Forget a secret room. No, don't forget a secret room. I have to tell you, at the risk of getting minus 2'd here, as someone who lived in Korea for a period of time, I'm not that into bibimbap, honestly. You know, it's rice and mixed vegetables. You put some gochujang in there, which is the pepper paste. You mix it up and you eat it. There's a caveat here. Bibimbap is pretty delicious and very healthy. The real star of the show is if you can get yourself what's called a dolsat bibimbap. That's the bibimbap that's cooked in a hot stone bowl. So when it comes out, it's still sizzling, and they'll say, like, please don't touch this, it's very hot. And then you go, how hot could it be? And you touch it a little bit, and then you go, wait, okay, they were right, that was quite hot. I am going to check the curse room now, though. I'm not losing an eternal heart. We can afford to do it now. The dolsat elevates it to the next level, in my opinion. But I'm not that into the bibimbap by and large. Unless I'm, like, on an airplane. In which case, I'm like, this is probably about as good as it gets. For me, Korean cuisine, apart from the Korean barbecue, it's all about the soups, man. The gamjatongs, the yukgaejangs, I mean, it's technically Korean Chinese food, I suppose, but a champong, for example. Help me, I'm leaving. I'm sorry I've angered you, I'm leaving. That's if you'll forgive the pun, given the ingredient list of gamjatong, that's the meat and potatoes for me personally. Let's go pay to play on this one. I'm very content with what we got here. Broken Ankh, not that interested. And then I'm in a new, I live a pedestrian life these days, okay? Most of my evening, I was on baby duty last night, so we had a nice conversation. We built a block tower. I taught her how to give a thumbs up. I put her to bed. She's good to go. A little later in the night, she says, Daddy, I threw up. I said, that's no problem, sweetheart. Let's get this mattress cleaned up. Wake up my wife. She helps me out a little bit. We got through it as a family. But usually my night is me at 8:30 p.m. And I did make this in a tweet already, so I apologize if you've seen it. Me at 8:30 p.m. going, I'm not going to eat toast tonight. I got a real problem. I'm just going to be real with you. Like, bro, for real, I eat so much wheat. Sometimes I eat a sandwich for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, whatever for dinner, and then, like, toast as a before-bed snack. And it's probably, like, just from a carbohydrate ingestion standpoint, not the best thing for me to be eating, but I am also doing cardiovascular exercise every single day, so I'm mostly worried about, take care of the pounds and the pennies take care of themselves, or take care of the pounds, I guess, and the ounces take care of themselves in this extension of the idiom. Nothing for me. Pause champ, nothing for me. And then, inevitably, around 10:15, I go, oh yeah, baby, it's toast time. Get the bread knife, slice off 2 slices of sourdough, pop it in the toaster, put the heating setting at a 4 out of 6, please. Now, I'm more of a 4.5 to a 5 guy. I don't like it burned, but a little, like, dark brown on the toast never bothered me. The problem is I'm paranoid that it's going to set off my smoke detector, which is going to wake my baby up, which is going to screw, like, both my night and my wife's night up. So hero is not a word that I use lightly. But I deliberately under-toast the bread, not relative to toast, but relative to my standards for toast, which would normally be a little bit more toasting, in order to preserve that, the sanctity of our environment, if you will. You didn't teleport me this time, huh? You weren't interested? Anyway, and it's always delicious. What do you put on it? I'll be straight up with you, man. What you got? But I'll also be straight up with you. Butter? But just a little toast and butter goes very hard. You get lost. In the adult world, you get lost with these newfound snacks. The pita chips and hummus, Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. The carrot sticks and hummus, a lot of hummus-based ones, which are delicious, don't get me wrong. But a little toasted bread and butter goes a long way. I'm trying to have, like, that medieval prisoner diet, which is, like, at night, all I eat is, like, semi-soft cheeses and bread with butter. Basically, like, 7 different ways to process animal fat. While listening to Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover and, listening to Dua Lipa's New Rules. I think that's right, 2 songs at the same time. I find that the Paul Simon hits a little different if you follow it up with a Dua Lipa chaser. That's just me, though. Would love to know your thoughts on this. What am I talking about? Sorry, I've slipped into a fugue state. Hey, hey, hey! Oh, we're gonna get a deal here. I'm not even stressing. Or we're gonna give ourselves the best chance possible to get a deal, I should say. Hey, come over here and blow up this rock for me so I can get that cool stuff. Thank you. Easy. No sweat. One of the finest boss minds I've ever known. Moving on. So yeah, basically that was like me spinning like an 8-minute yarn, I suppose, about how every night, essentially I don't have any hobby, so my hobby has become snacking. And not even like in a noteworthy sense, really just snacking on toast. Like the same thing almost every night. And I tried to kick the toast habit. But then you know what I started doing? Every time I would go to the grocery store, I'd be like, hey, let's buy some potato chips. Let's buy some pretzels. Let's buy some goldfish or something like that. And then I realized, you know what? The toast might not be macronutrient perfect, but at the same time, it's holding me back from a much more deleterious habit. So I tolerate, it's a harm reduction model for carbohydrate consumption. I permit myself to have the toast so that my other carbohydrate compulsions don't spiral out of control. And I to thine own self be true, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. And that's basically it. That's pretty much you got it. Gotten really into sleeping lately. My friends without kids be like, I've gotten really into sleeping lately. By which I don't mean that I'm like going to r/sleep and learning, tips, like ruining the hobby for myself by trying to learn how to be the best sleeper on the planet. You're still sleeping on a Tempur-Pedic? No, you need to get a Casper mattress, and so on and so forth. I just mean that there's oftentimes, here's the thing. Stop me if this is a little controversial. Sleep is important. Everybody needs to get it. Sometimes at night, I find myself saying things like, it's my leisure time, what should I do? And if I can't come up with an answer, in the past, I would be like, okay, I guess it's time to, like, I don't know, dutifully play a video game that I'm not really enjoying that much, just to say, like, at least I got some leisure time out of it. Nowadays, I'm like, you know what, brother? Catch me on the flip side of Morpheus's domain. I'm Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bring me the greatest sleep that I've ever seen. And that extra 20 to 60 minutes, if you... Listen, I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard a million times before. But it makes a difference, man. World's most annoying man impression incoming. My Peloton rides have been frickin' juice lately, man. I think that it turns out... A little known fact, it turns out... the better you sleep, the better you feel most of the time. The better you feel, the better your performance on a daily basis in most domains. Although ironically, the better you sleep, sometimes the worse you sleep the next night. It's a hard habit to maintain for that exact reason. This is my roundabout way of saying I got nothing interesting going on. Just give me a refresh here. I want to get some good stuff, okay? Habit's good. Car battery doesn't really work for us. Local man finds infinite money glitch. Thank you so much. I would still like to go to the item room. And there it is. We're going a little slow. I don't know if that's like if I've just lost a certain edge or maybe like we're not as strong as we used to be. Like the old gray mare. You guys trombone champ? You played some trombone champ? It's been a weird year for games. I don't know if there's ever been a year where for me it feels so obvious that there's like one game of the year contender and then a bunch of like other games that also are not bad, but like come on. I mean, who's not going Elden Ring 2022? Let me Google here for a second. GOTY 2022, that's what I typed in. 5 games that could win GOTY 2022. Pokemon Legends Arceus, don't make me laugh. Horizon Forbidden West, I did hear it was good to great. Gotham Knights, I don't even know if that's coming out this year, maybe. God of War Ragnarok, okay, there's a chance, or Elden Ring. I guess it's like, most of those just aren't out yet. How about this? September 6th, 2022, r/video games. Game of the year, Elden Ring's number 1. Number 2, Power Wash Simulator. Number 3, Elden Ring. Number 4, Elden Ring. Number 5, nothing. Number 6, Stray. Number 7, Horizon Forbidden West. Number 8, it's not out yet, but I'm saying God of War Ragnarok. Number 9, Elden Ring. Number 10, most likely Elden Ring. Like, it's cut and dry right now, man. Last of Us Part 1, just to see the biggest meltdown the gaming industry has ever seen. Joy emoji. User received Reddit Platinum for this post. So true. So the biggest meltdown the gaming industry's ever seen, huh? So true. It has, look, I've been a believer in the idea that, you know, there's been a bit of a gaming drought this year. I feel like a central theme of 2022, as we still go through COVID-related stuff, is that we're witnessing the effects of the world digesting the previous, like, 2 years of COVID. You know, Top Gun Maverick was the only movie playing at theaters from mid-July through to the end of September. Video games, especially AAA ones, have been a little bit on the dry side this year, and that's okay. You know, obviously there's other avenues that matter as well. We don't need me to go into the macroeconomic discussion. If you want me to, please, I'd love to talk about how the Fed was still buying mortgage-backed securities in March 2021, even though the market had been up 40% annually, and the Fed funds rate, which most banks are using to determine their mortgage financing rates, is like 25 basis points. Why are you still buying the housing market was fine. Anyway, we don't need to go into it, all right? I'm just saying, it seems that 2022 is kind of like, you know, in like a movie, after the climax, there's the denouement. You know, they have like the Marvel, the bad guy shows up. Oh, so now they all shoot lasers out of their eyes. He's right behind me, isn't he? And so on and so forth. And then after that, at the end of the movie, they'd get together and eat like a shawarma together or something like that. And then, you know, there's like a funny joke. And then in the mid-credits scene, Gore the God Butcher shows up and is like, "Hello, I'm Gore the God Butcher. See you in Thor Love and Thunder." How about Thor, Imagine Dragons? Thor Lightning and the Love and the Thunder. Thor the Lightning. Thor the Thunder. No? Okay. Thor the Love and the Lightning and the Thunder. Not gonna work. Everybody hated that. Clementine will remember that. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know. It has been a year where it's, you know, it's been a little harder to find stuff to play. That's how you find me back at playing Isaac here. And that's, can I also say, that's totally fine. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not taking that. And I gotta tell you, there's a big part of me that says I don't even want to go to our item room or our shop here, but I'm gonna go back because it's the right thing to do. It's because it's the right thing to do, okay? It's also why I've been playing so many browser-based games, I think. Why my most played game of 2022 on Twitch is Google Chrome and Elden Ring. You know what we can do? We could be nice to our future self and donate some money to our donation machine because we have so much of it. That doesn't mean we're going to be playing long enough to get value out of it, but why not give it a chance for now? We're not doing anything else with the money. Isaac versus Greed. I gotta say, it's a far cry from our last run, where I almost died and then got an item that basically said, dealer's choice, take the best item, what you feel is the best item in the game. And I'm for it. I'm appreciative of where we stand on this one. But I do also want a damage upgrade. I would love a damage upgrade. I walked all the way back here just to be insulted. What is this? My university graduation? Doesn't make any sense. It might have made you laugh, but it doesn't make any sense. And you know what? That's okay. All right, moving on. Well, we got 25 more minutes of banter to fill from a life lived domestically. Why not? Why not re-roll them? 2 extra cents, everything the body needs. I haven't even been watching that much media lately. I was a little insulted, okay? Because, like, well, not insulted, but speaking about movies, I'm happy in the last calendar year, I've gotten to go to the movie theater 3 times. which between the 2 previous years is an infinite improvement, or at least increase, because in 2020, we didn't see any movies in the theaters because the whole world shut down for a while, and then, like, it kind of opened up again, but it was, like, at your own risk, and my wife was pregnant, and we were like, you know, maybe it's not worth seeing Tenet in theaters. Let's wait till it comes out on Netflix with subtitles on it. And then 2021, like late 2020, we had our daughter, so, you know, you're not worried about going to the multiplex at that point. 2021 rolls around, finally got to go back to the theater and see Dune. Said, you know what, that was a great time. Let's re-up. Saw The Batman. Said, you know what, I had a good time watching The Batman. I think it's a worthwhile film. Here's my impression of Colin Farrell in The Batman, by the way. What are you, come on, I'm just a guy. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? I'm just a guy. Oh, come on, you can't do that to me. I'm just a guy. Do I have any water left? The water budget for Colin Farrell must have been insane on The Batman, man. Half of that budget was Evian, just to keep his throat lubricated, I'm sure. I did also say to myself, this movie could have been an email. It could have been, instead of being 4.5 hours long, maybe you could have had mercy for the audience and cut it down to, you know, maybe merely 3 hours and 17 minutes or something like that. I did, you know, we saw like a 9:30 or a 10 p.m. show, so, I mean, it's kind of like our own fault, but still. Then I saw Doctor Strange at the Mountains of Madness, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'll just be honest with you. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I loved it. Less for the Marvel stuff, and more because I just love Sam Raimi. So when the movie gets a little bit Sam Raimi-esque, particularly in like the second act, I was like, you know what? This is some cool stuff. And then they have to wrap it up with some Marvel set pieces, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not against that either. At least I was like, you know what? You've earned it. You've earned the right to marvel, because you gave me a little Sam Raimi treat. You gave me a little treat as a treat, and for that I'll always respect you. But then it was like this. Okay, so Canada is technically a Commonwealth country. We're technically still under the dominion of the United Kingdom, but it's really just a symbolic thing. So when Queen Elizabeth II died, there was a holiday, but the holiday status was very weird. Not everybody got it off. Our daycare did not choose to take the day off. So I said, you know what, this would be a great time for my wife and I to have like a little date day, and we could go see like a movie or something while she's at daycare. We could have a delicious lunch, and, you know, just enjoy each other's company. I know typically a date night is more common, but you take them where you can get them when you got a toddler in the house, okay? So I suggested that, and she said, that sounds great. And then I looked at the stuff playing at the movie theater, and it was just like Top Gun Maverick and then a bunch of like 2 out of 10s. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I hear Top Gun Maverick's amazing, but that thing's already available on, you know, home video. It's already available on pay-per-view and digital video formats. I don't know what they call them these days. I'm not going to pay theater prices even for something that's supposed to be seen in the theaters, when instead I could just, you know, pay $3 and rent it on Amazon or something like that. So instead I still haven't seen it. And at the end it ended up being a moot point anyway, because the day before what would have been the date day, our baby got sick, so she couldn't go to daycare anyway. So instead we just both took the day off and took care of her, which is fine. That's what you sign up for, but it's just, you know, the thing that should have been but wasn't. Okay, we're leaving. But it's nice to go to the theater. I enjoy it. I do enjoy going to the theater. I know I didn't get a chance to see everything everywhere all at once. I hear it's amazing. I've heard it's incredible. It's one of the only movies, and I don't mean this with disrespect to the film. Everything Everywhere All at Once got to be one of the only movies where if you say you haven't seen it, people take offense. They mean, oh, you hate good movies? You hate women? You hate women? You hate movies with strong female leads? Oh, you hate Michelle Yeoh, huh? Because that's the only reason you couldn't have possibly... No, I haven't seen this movie because it's not on the front page of Netflix yet, okay? That's where I watch all of my content, because right now, all of my entertainment comes from a place of convenience, okay? Slightly inconvenient. Entertainment options become very inconvenient when you got a young kid. Not impossible, but slightly more inconvenient. If you gave me the if you put that on Netflix and you said many people are also watching this, it would be my first choice. I would not take any. I would not go, oh no, let's watch Is It Cake first. That would be my. I wouldn't even look at any other options. But it's not there yet, because if you make a good movie, you don't have to sell it to Netflix immediately. You can instead afford to release it like at a more premium price point somewhere else, because people will actually pay for the privilege of watching it, instead of being like, oh yeah, there's something I can use while I make as background noise while I make thumbnails. I don't even know if this is good. At some point, they got to give me a 10 out of 10, right? I'm complaining about having Tech X. Some things never change. So we do already have a 10 out of 10 item in practice and in principle. Now, I'm not holding it against the Everything Everywhere All at Once fandom. Younger me was not so mature. Oh, you're mad I haven't seen this movie? Well, that's a great way to ensure I never see it. No, now I'm like, I gotta make an effort. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. I've been too busy watching The Mole. And, I mean, I got a lot of other stuff going on, to be honest with you, but none of it's bad. It's just all of it is every day. You know what I mean? Like the dishes, man. The dishes. You know what is one of the unsung great parts of intermittent fasting, I'm sure? Less dishes. Like, sure, it resets your insulin sensitivity or something. Look, I don't know anything about it. Have you heard how much bread I'm eating? I'm not intermittent fasting. I'm like intermittent feasting. Which, weirdly enough, is also an accurate description of intermittent fasting, like necessarily by definition, but anyway, be that as it may. I shouldn't have popped this on this room. It's not worth it, man. Maybe it is worth it. I took damage. Be that as it may. There we go. I was like, my brain was searching for what I was talking about, which is fair because it is a little bit, you know, we've gone off the rails a little bit. That would be a good guy to make up. Guy who starts intermittent fasting, not because he's trying to lose weight, but because he's trying to cut down on his dish doing time. I could see that bit working. It's not quite Saturday Night Live tier. Like, I'm not sure if it's ready for the best comedy 90-minute spectacle on television. I mean, it's not Elon Musk dressed up as Wario, or dressed up as a doctor saying, your vibes are, you're not passing the vibe check, no cap, etc., etc. Remember when I said 2022 is kind of we're digesting 2020 and 2021? Ooh, Soul of Lilith into Acid, baby. Into Conjoined, though. Very interesting. Into The Fallen. Into Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. A great time at the multiplex this year. If you and your family hate watching good movies, you'll love going to the multiplex and checking out Revenge of the Fallen, the second movie in Michael Bay's inimitable Transformers franchise. Sam Witwicky, fresh off the events in the first movie, heads to college. Only the Decepticons have not forgotten about him, and everything is not as it seems. Check out this clip where he meets a lady friend who catches his eye at a party, only she turns into a robot snake. Take it away. Sorry, this is a bit if you're not following the streams. Every once in a while, I just slip into like an Access Hollywood voice. Well, the bad boy of Dublin, Colin Farrell, was caught out by the paparazzi at a Los Angeles club the other night, minding his own business, having his privacy invaded by professional leeches, asking him how he feels about controversial issues when he's intoxicated. Here's what he said. Warning, some language may be harsh for young audiences. Please leave me alone. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Here he goes again. Colin Farrell, the bad boy of Hollywood, up to his old tricks. We will not leave you alone, Colin. Even though you're just a guy. Why you get doing this to me? I'm just a guy. I'm just like a normal dude. Sorry. What are you doing? Come on. Now, if you haven't seen, The Batman, You may be confused by this bit. Colin Farrell plays a guy in The Batman. I don't want to spoil what he may or may not turn into in the later films in Matt Reeves' franchise, okay? You have to see it yourself. But he spends most of the movie going, "What are you talking about?" And he's unrecognizable. Honestly, I think he should get the Oscar for Best Guy. Not Best Actor. I mean, he's not. It's not a leading role. It's not even really a supporting role. At least not of the kind of magnitude you'd normally get from an Oscar nomination. But like, just Best Guy, best line read, best car chase that if you see it in D-Box will require you to get physiotherapy afterwards. Best Guy. Sorry, I'm still workshopping here. I'm still waiting for the joke to strike me right. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. A story written from the perspective of all the latex they had to put on Colin Farrell's face in the Matt Reeves film, The Batman. Sorry, I'm still working on it. I'm still... Soul of Magdalene. Keep me with 48-hour energy. I'm rolling with it, man. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Written from the perspective of my toilet during my simultaneous Salmonella and Campylobacter infections. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. A story from the perspective of a Subway sandwich artist asking how much mayonnaise the person wants on their tuna surprise. Everything, Everywhere, All at... Okay, sorry, I'm done. You know... Soul of Lilith. You know, sometimes you know when a computer like errors, it just keeps repeating the last thing that it was doing. Like when a CD player skips or something like that. I think that's what was happening in my brain right there. Ooh, a damage upgrade. Thank you so much. It's a really good run. I'm not hating on the run. The run is just a vessel, man. I don't want to get philosophical on you or whatever. The run is just a vessel for you to exercise your nostalgia muscles and for me to feel like, because it's not all about you. It's for me to feel like I'm working, you know? I don't know if anybody's going to watch these videos. I don't know if I haven't done a profit-loss analysis on them, but I mostly what I'm looking for on a daily basis is the feeling of being able to look at myself in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? Today you did a good job. You put in a nice, solid effort. And whether or not this actually fulfills that or if it's just like the opiate of the masses for me remains to be seen. And yeah, at the same time, doesn't really matter. What matters is that I get to look myself in the mirror and say, boy, my voice is sure husky. What did I do today? I hope I'm not coming down with a cold, and then I remember that I spent 1 hour in the exact midpoint of the day doing my Colin Farrell and the Batman impression over and over again, and I go, no, I don't think I'm sick. I'm also attacking my own familiar here. I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just a guy. What are you doing? Batman, I'm just a guy, etc., etc. Hey, I got too much damage output. You shouldn't be able to stop. Just resign. Don't make me get the Bluetooth earpiece. Okay. I'm ready. This isn't even a slow run. I'm just an impatient man. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Nope. Nah, not really. Nope, not at all. Not even close. Continuum actually might be okay. That one's closer than it appears. Cracked orb, nah. Everything else, obviously, nah. Soy milk, you know what? Why not? Taking enemy damage drops a half or a full red heart. The hearts launch out and despawn after 1.5 seconds. That's not my tempo. Biohazard, kind of my tempo. Eyesore, sure, why not? I think we made a good choice. Rip bitrate, for sure. This run is no longer just a guy. This run has become like it's a little freak. You know what? I don't want to scare you. This run went from being the Penguin to being the Joker, baby. Look at this. The Joker. DK versus the Joker. The Joker. You think DK is going to get BK after this? DK, BK? He's eating unlimited burgers? Sorry, we're getting the it's a new reference, sir, but it checks out. Are you all dead yet? What's going on here? You might as well just crown me on this one. I mean, like, blowing this advantage that we have here, it's unprecedented. It would be like an NHL team blowing 4 multi-goal leads in 4 games to start the season 0-3-1. And that's only happened one time before. This year's Vancouver Canucks. Really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the support. Anyone looking to take some tickets off my hands? I thought we were going to be a hit, but it turns out we freaking suck. We will be freaking suck this year. Man, this portion rate here has got to be just downright unwatchable. Hopefully it's over soon. There you go. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I had another great Isaac episode. What can I say? What is this, like 43 wins in a row? It's a little much. 44, holy cow. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Of course, if you want to see more in the future, do so as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.